Queen Nightmare, and I am very energetic because guess what? Oh, I almost dropped my phone. Guess what's happening in 24 days? Sorry. It's Christmas. One of my favorite times of year. I wish I could give gifts for all of you, and well, that's my merch. If you ever want to check it out, go down there and check out my merch. And I did a quiz on my Instagram to check which one they wanted, and a lot of people said Drarry. It was like the last time I checked, it was 6-2. Now, if you want creepypasta, let me know down below. I might do a special creepypasta one, but I am gonna do merch for Christmas for the Drarry. If you want your picture to be on there, message me on Instagram, and I will probably pick yours. But not until then. Let's get on with it. Well, I picked a one-part Wattpad one because I thought it was very interesting. Ooh. And I saw it and I was like, ooh, this is good. So, here we go. Wait, this one, yes. It's called, well, the only part that's there is, it's Drarry Christmas, and it's by, I'll put on a picture, it's Becky Ias, Ias 234, and Ias is ISIS, on Wattpad. It's called Drarry Christmas, and the part I'm reading is called Dragon. They have only one part, I'm sorry. I assumed their gender. Oh, sorry. Harry's POV. McGonagall has outdone herself this year, hasn't she? Hermione admires as she looks around the Great Hall. The damage that the castle had sustained in the Great War had been entirely repaired, and the cavernous. Sorry, I'm not very back into the reading. Cavernous hall was currently filled with overexcited students and wary but content teachers. The young pupils, marveling at the room's sensuous, I am not good with big words, Christmas decorations, and the older ones waiting impatiently for the food to arrive. After all, after 7 years, the magic has worn off. The only thing different about this year is the tables. Instead of the usual arrangements of each house having its own table, McGonagall, as the new head teacher, changed it so the people of different houses had to sit together to promote and improve inter-house relations, she said. Really, it's because the Slytherins were being targeted after one first year had been sent to St. Mungo's after being attacked with the even if I read this over, I would not get this. Circuitous curse by the group of Hufflepuffs. Wait, Hufflepuffs are supposed to be nice, right? Aren't they the friendly ones that always want to, just be friends? What? This is just uncharacteristic. Mrs. McGonagall took measures to ensure that no more innocents would get hurt. Instead of 4 long tables for each house, there are now 8 round tables for each year, with a mixture of all the houses in it. The 8th years as we are called, are the ones who returned back to Hogwarts for another year, as our newts were never completed due to the war. I dragged my attention back to Hermione, who was now berating Ron at his atrocious there we go, table manners, and grinned at them. It took them a hell of a long time to get together, but it's obviously that they are perfect for each other. Ron keeps Hermione from being too serious, and Hermione keeps Ron in line. The couple had attracted someone else's attention as well. Malfoy was staring almost wistfully at Ron's hand in Hermione's. He glanced up, and our eyes caught before I could look away. His serene expression twisted into a sneer, but the loneliness apparent in his eyes betrayed him. I tilted my head curiously at him. At the beginning of the year, I had hoped that maybe after the war we could have put aside our differences, but this cold greeting made it obvious that our rivalry was still very much present. However, since his and his family participation in the war came out, many of them who had been previously thought of as friends turned on him, either from condemnation or fear of him, from condemnation, I can't say that, or fear of others, accusing them of sympathizing with Death Eaters. He had bonded over lack of any other options. We may share many classes, as not other enough students returned as eighth years to fill separate house lessons. We became potions and charms partners because he had no other choice, and as Ron and Hermione are now inseparable. For me, it's either him or some fawning student who will spend the whole time pestering me about being the boy who lived. At least with Malfoy, I can count on him actually working and competently. And in Potion's case, excellently. It's no secret that he was I can't really read or speech. Apprenticing under Snape in potions, and is very skilled. Just as it's no secret that I am accomplished in charms, we make a surprising good team. Sorry. Due to the many hours we consequently had been working together, we were forced to manage to find a way to work together and not cause any lasting damage to either the castle or ourselves. After almost blowing up the potions classroom whilst arguing, we unspokenly agreed to a truce. Since then, we have got on quite well. Sorry. Speech is not anything. No. English is not my first language. I wouldn't say we were friends, but we definitely weren't enemies anymore either. Draco seems to be opening up to me slowly but surely. Wait, since when has he been Draco instead of Malfoy to me? Draco's POV. He was staring at me again. Merlin's beard. It seems like every time I look around, now he is staring at me. and not in the hostile, suspicious way he used to, but in a synchronizing, wandering way, as if he was just seeing me for the first time and didn't know what to make of me. It's unnerving. Flitwick calls my attention back into the class and asks for a volunteer to demonstrate the new spell we are learning, the Patronus Charm. Of course, he completely ignores all the people who raise their hands and calls on Potter to the front. He reluctantly stands and makes his way through the maraud of tables. He raises his wand and glances back at me before closing his eyes, presumably to summon the happy memory he needed to perform the spell. As his eyes fly open, a magnificent dragon soars out of the end of his wand and circles around the room. Potter stands there gaping at it as he's never seen it before. Pull yourself together, Potter. I know you've done this before. A drawl from the back of the classroom. Neville stands up, looking puzzled. Harry, I thought your Patronus was a stag. When did it change? The golden boy was still standing there, just staring at the silver beast. Huh? So it wasn't always a dragon? Curious. Suddenly, Potter starts and lowers his wand, making the creature dissipate in wisps of silver smoke. He hurried back to his seat beside me, not once looking directly at me, with a little flush covering his cheeks. I turn in my seat to face him, and a sly smile covers my face, as I was going to miss the chance to annoy Potter. A dragon, eh? Is that to make up for... I was interrupted by forcefully, "Fuck off, Malfoy." My eyebrows raised in surprise of Potter's sharp tone. Obviously, that was a big deal. Then it seemed. "Roy, sorry." I mutter as I turn to face the front of the classroom. I frown to myself. Since when did Malfoy apologize? We both turn our attention to Flitwick, who was carrying on with the lesson, teaching the proper wrist movement and intuition of the spell. My mind races with the possible reasons why Potter's Patronus could have changed. The only time I have heard of that happening is with Snape's, and that was because he was in love with Potter's mother. Only strong emotional upheaval could cause that. I guess killing the man who killed your parents, it made your life hell, is quite an emotional experience. But why a dragon? I shook my head and focused on the task the professor was giving us. It really doesn't matter that much. And, of course, it's a complete coincidence that Draco means dragon. Okay, guys, I read all of that. I'm sorry. Not until it makes a part 2 will I be able to read it again. But it was wonderful doing this, and wow, I didn't know how long it was. Well, guys, I love you guys so much. I do miss doing this. If you want me to do something else, please let me know. Follow my social media, which is going to be down below. And my merch will be down below as well. I love you guys so much. Bye-bye.